Ah, yes. The first generation Xbox 360. The year is 2006. You've just unboxed this for Christmas, and you're completely excited. How's it going, guys? This is GiggleBush here. And I wanted to talk about this first generation Xbox 360. When was the last time you guys saw one of these? This one is, a little worse for wear. It's not had a super easy life for the past, what is it now, 12 years? 12, 13 years. But one thing I wanted to talk about is some information I wish I would have known 13 years ago. So let's talk about the hard drive device. This beast of a thing up here. We'll need two hands for this, ain't I? Alright, hang on just 1 second, guys. Alright, let's talk about this. There's crap in it. Wow. Let's talk about this guy right here. This was up until the Elite console came out in 2007, 2008, I believe, something like that. This was the biggest hard drive device you could get for your original Xbox 360, 60 gigabytes. Now, that was something, because your other option was, there was a 4 gigabyte, a 20 gigabyte, and a 60 available. I think an 80 gigabyte came out later, but the original was, there was a 4, a 20, and a 60. I believe an 80 came later, and then when the Elites came out, they had 120s in them, I believe. And it wasn't up until the newer systems, the S model, the standard on it, I believe, was 500. The standard may have been 250, but I think it was 500. And in the last generation Xbox 360, I'm not sure really what it carried in it. I know the one I have is 500, but I'm not sure if that was the biggest or a terabyte or what. But anyways, the point of this video is I've recently found, not this Xbox, but two of my old hard drives here, a 20 and a 60. The 20 is this guy right here. Just said HDD. That's it. It's 20 gigs. And I was like, oh my god, I know I have some old games I saved on there because I completely reset my account, everything, when I got my first second gen, the Xbox 360S. I completely reset everything, and I was like, if I had a transfer cable, I could get all this. Until I just learned you never needed a transfer cable. So let's take a look at this guy. And I was under the assumption that, no storage device in the world uses, this thing is messed up. No storage device in the world uses this kind of plug, except for the Xbox 360 hard drive. That plug is common, but not for storage devices. So I was like, you know what? I said, let's open this guy up and see what's in there. So, do you guys have a guess of what's in there? I'm sure you do, and I'm sure this information was covered 26 years ago. But, for funsies, let's open this guy up. Alright, for any of those of you who are curious at home and have an old one of these just sitting that you want some files off of and don't want to buy a transfer cable, or you don't have the system anymore but have a hard drive or whatever, if you want to open these up, the size of these little guys here, let me try to focus on that, you can almost see them, there we go, is a T6 Torx, not that uncommon to come across, there we go, yeah, I had it upside down, but yeah, a T6 Torx, it's a standard size, most precision screwdriver kits or anything like that's going to have it, so yeah, a T6. So let's get this guy opened up. Alright. And is a drill completely overkill for this? Yes, it is. I cannot find the screwdriver that fits these bits, so the only adjustable thing I had here was a drill. Because these are not standard size screwdriver bits, they are micro size. Oh no, don't do that. Alright. And of course, because Microsoft and their special things, under this silver Microsoft tag, which is a tamper tag, there's a screw under it. This hard drive was made, I'm sure there's a date on it, just one second. Nope, I don't immediately see a date on it, but anyways, this hard drive was made about 13 years ago, so I think the warranties ran out on it. So just get the thing to focus. And this is much better done with two hands, I'm sure you can imagine. But alright, that's probably up enough. So let's just take these little guys out, throw them over here in my tray. Alright, we can just peel this old security tag off because it's not going to be needed anymore. Pull this guy out. There we go. Alright, let's commence to opening this guy up. And it's got the little plastic clips and all on it. Not a problem. And interesting, this had black tape there. And it's also rusted. So, if you have stored these guys, be careful where you store them. Like I said, I haven't used this guy in years. But, alright, okay, this is actually extraordinarily interesting. This has been taken apart before. Or actually, it might just be a different style. But no, it's been taken apart before, and it's been taped to hold it in. Because the other one I had screw holes. Like, all those holes had screws in them and everything. This one's been modified. But that's not possible now that I think about it. I mean, it had to have been modified, but it had to happen at factory. I guess they just did it like this, because this is the hard drive that came new with my very first Xbox 360, because I bought the 60 gig version, and it has my initials on it. So, that's interesting. This must have been a remanufactured hard drive or something that came with it. So, huh. Alright, if you can just slide this whole crate up here. Alright, if you can just slide this whole crate up here. Oh. No, I see what's happened here. I guess the 60... You know what? Maybe I'm just stupid. I think I'm just stupid. I was thinking the other ones, like, its screw holes was on the other side, but no, I think it was turned upside down. So don't listen to anything that I've said. I'm just stupid and losing my freaking mind, because it can only go one way in the casing. And again, if you're wanting to do this at home, this size here is one size up. It's a T8 you'll need for these black ones here. Alright, for the sake of holding that still so it doesn't go flopping around like the other one did, I went ahead and loosened them with the drill off camera. Alright, let's get these little guys just pulled out of their housing here. And this guy. Alright, now this folds up. And oh, what do we have here but a standard 2.5 inch hard drive that's a SATA. So, let's go ahead and unpop this little SATA cable there. And slide this guy out of his housing. And he's stubborn. Okay, look at this. A standard 2.5 inch 60 gigabyte hard drive. Now, you might be asking, okay, well, you said you don't need a transfer cable, but what are you talking about? Well, if you aren't familiar with tech so much, the Xbox 360, the Xbox 360S hard drives are made like this. Don't mind the sticker. They are not made like that. This is a 500 gigabyte Xbox 360 hard drive. But if you notice, sorry if there's a slight bug in the video there. I had a issue with the camera here. But if you notice, the Xbox 360 is also SATA. So there's the 360. Or I'm sorry, 360 Model S. Here's the original 360. It is SATA as well. Now, this would be slightly complicated to slide down into the system as it sets, but it can be done. You just slide it in, it clicks into place. It might wobble around, but you could transfer your files and then be careful and pull it back out of your Xbox 360S. So that would work just fine. But here's another point to this video. This right here. This cable plugs into the top of the original Xbox 360, and this is a standard SATA transfer cable. It plugs into the hard drive, which powers it and pulls data. Now, with retro gaming and the older Xbox 360s are becoming prevalent, I was thinking, there is no reason in the world, if for some reason you want to build up one of these systems, there's no reason in the world you couldn't take, for example, this guy here. This is a Hitachi hard drive device. It's I think only 100 gigs. Yeah, it's 100 gigabyte, which is still a vast improvement off of the 60. But other 2.5 standard in laptops, you can get, 500 terabyte, all of that. Have it formatted for the 360, which there are videos where you can do that, although I don't believe it's a super easy process. It can be done, or if you want to make a Linux machine, I know that can be done. You could take that, plug this little guy, and this is all kind of in theory because I haven't tested this, but I would see no reason why that wouldn't work. Plug this guy into his outlet so there's a transfer. You have this now. I don't think this would work with a 3.5-inch hard drive. I think it's worth a test, but I don't think it would work. Generally, these little cables like this can only power up the small ones. But take him and... sorry, I'm having technical issues here with trying to hold a camera and do all this. Take him, plug him into the SATA cable. Alright, give me just 1 second here. Plug him into the SATA cable just like that. And I would see, you're losing the housing for it, which, yeah, that kind of sucks. But I would see no reason in the world why this wouldn't work right here with a much, much higher gigabyte hard drive than it came with originally. Also, completely eliminating the need for a transfer cable if you're trying to transfer your files off your old Xbox 360 hard drive here onto a new Xbox 360. Like I said, this has probably been done, but this is information I did not know up until today. And that's about 13 years too late for what I needed to know, but it is cool nonetheless. So, I might do other little weird things like this, so if there's any videos you'd like to see, or me just opening random cases to find out what's inside, let me know. So if you got any use out of this video, or if it was helpful to you in any form or fashion, leave a thumbs up or a comment stating so, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, a quick note I forgot to point out. There is no reason why this would not work either. This is the Xbox 360 S 500 gigabyte hard drive, which is already formatted with the Xbox stuff. There's no reason in the world why you couldn't just plug that in and it would work. So that would make this a 500 gigabyte original Xbox 360. So if you are wanting to build one of these out for some reason, or wanting to transfer your cables, yeah, that would work. You could literally just put the S hard drive right on this thing. So, alright guys, we are nearing 1,000 subscribers, and that absolutely makes my pee-pee tingle. So, I'll probably be doing something special, but I'm not 100% sure what yet, but I have a couple ideas. So, alright guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.